All right. I think we're live. I wish there was more. There you go. I think I'm live. Anywho, it is Monday with WriterSanctuary. If anybody watched on Saturday, I do apologize. We lost chat about halfway through the live stream. A little bit past the halfway point. But it seems when you're live streaming from your phone, if you move away from YouTube and into something like PayPal, it crashes it. So we lost the connection a couple times. We lost chat altogether. So I do apologize for Saturday, but thank you for those of you who joined us from the live stream at Stanley Marketplace. Hey Lee, how's it going? And Leah is now the #1 chatter. So I haven't figured out what the top fans things is doing. They introduced it a couple months ago, and I don't know. I haven't really dove into it, but it's been good. That's awesome. Yeah. Saturday was a fun day. Only sold 2 books, but I got to meet a ton of awesome people. So, and some of them became followers on Instagram, I think, and I think somebody followed the YouTube channel. A lot of people took information though. I need to make some more printouts because people kept trying to walk off with my QR codes. I only have the one. Don't take it. One person folded it up, so I'm gonna have to print off a new one anyway. I don't know if the QR code works on it now. But, it is what it is, I guess. So I think I'm going to print off like 5 for next time, just in case. Put them in the plastic billy. I think I'm going to get one of those plastic billies. I don't know if anybody watched, but a lot of authors had the stands with the paper on it, in it. So I need to get a couple of those, I think. But I have a nice, awesome idea for possibly the next show, depend on if I can get down to Micro Center or not. But I want to do gold coins, relatively large, about this big maybe. Do QR code stickers that go to my book, and then on the other side of the coin is going to be a drawing, or I guess an engraving of one of the characters from the book. So I better get on that because I might be going out to Danico Brewery on November 29th. Maybe. I haven't heard back yet, so let's see. I'm currently revising my memoir. It's for a school project. Awesome. Yeah, that was one thing that it was kind of cool. Is that I met an author who turned her master's, was it her dissertation, into a book, and we actually bought it. So, but yeah, it was kind of neat. So, when you're writing for school stuff, keep your stuff and keep your shit, man, because you never know when you'll use it. So, that was kind of cool. Like, that's something I probably will end up doing myself. Write a whole new book just for my master's. Why not? I wrote Child's About Atlantic City going through the master class for Reedsy. It turned out to be a pretty good book, I think. Anywho, we're going to give this a couple of minutes before we dive into writer's block. I think I've done actual videos on it, but I don't know. It sounded like a good topic for today. So, Shadow, you are all over. She's going to get in my drink. She does every time. I don't know what it is. Her hair just kind of just gravitates towards the glass. See, that's the problem with having a long-haired cat, huh? Yeah. 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 Purr. Try not to hit the mute button. That would be great. Anywho, mine was, I don't know if it was a memoir or I called it an autobiography about how I got started as a freelancer. And I'm going to be writing a Freelancer's Tale Part 2 next year. It's going to be the transition from freelancing into self-publishing. So, I don't know, it might be worthwhile. My teacher aide said she liked my original memoir draft. Awesome. That's good. Sweet. Will you quit trying to drink my drink? Anywho, we're going to give this another minute or two to see if we can get any more stragglers in before we get started. Oh, yeah, that's a big yawn. Yeah, my Saturday was fun. I sold out of a freelancer sale, so I have to buy more copies of that. And I sold a copy of Kingmaker, so that was kind of cool. She had me autograph one in black and one in purple, so that was kind of neat. Ah, I thought you didn't have writer's block. Well, that's kind of the point of the video, Neo. I'm trying not to sound. I got told that it sounds kind of cocky, so I'm trying to reword it a bit better. So these are things that I do to prevent me from getting writer's block. And who knows, maybe the reason why I don't have writer's block is because of these things. A lot of this I've been doing for a little over a decade, so. Oh, we got bats. I'm not sure what the bats are for. I hate writer's block so much. Yeah, I will watch soon. I am stopped at a red light but listening while driving. Oh, you're gonna pull a KDC, are you? Neo, you admit that everyone is different. Yes, we all progress at our own rates. And just because I'm not better than anybody else, I've just developed a lot of tactics to help me keep a conscious flow of thought. But a lot of these I've been doing since day one, so probably why I don't have to worry about writer's block, I should say. Everybody's throwing out the Halloween stuff. Yeah, I keep forgetting I wanted to do a Halloween overlay for the show, but I keep forgetting. Now, I can switch it to. I have a Halloween one. That's holidays. Where's my Halloween one? There it is. I could do this. Oh, but I'm missing the video. I don't know where the video went. Usually I use this for the stream though. I forgot to turn it on last Sunday. Where is? Oh, there it is. I couldn't find it. But the reason why I didn't do it on the stream is because I'm using Streamlabs for the gaming stuff, so that goes to Twitch and YouTube. And I don't know. I haven't looked for a Halloween one. Maybe I'll have to do that. Not that it matters much. Well, I guess it does. I'll be here Sunday, but not the Sunday after because I am going on vacation to Bangor, Maine. Anyway, so we've got ghosts and skulls and crossbones. Neo's throwing up pumpkins and coffins and headstones. My daughter just printed off 3D printed headstones that are this freaking big. So yeah, she's printing out a bunch of Halloween stuff at the moment. She's got this pumpkin house thing that she's gonna paint, which looks really cool, by the way. I'm not sure what she's printing now, so kind of cool. Different things you can do with a 3D printer. Problem is that now it's starting to squeak, so I don't know if that means something needs to be oiled or what. But it has a sound of like a creaky door. Nerd, nerd, nerd. Anyway. Okay. Like all the emojis you guys are throwing up here. Okay, so tonight we're going to be talking. Yes, it needs oiled. Okay, that explains a lot. What the hell are those? Neil, it looked like you put up round faces. You should be using the Guardian. You're a member. I need to get more emojis. I can't create any more until I get, I think, 3 more people join as members. I think I'm capped out right now at 4. I think I get 7. I'll have to look it up. But the more members I get on the channel, the more emojis I can create. Right now we've got a Freelancer's Tale, or the book cover to a Freelancer's Tale, Kingmaker, the Guardian, and Shadow. There we go. There's the Guardian. And Shadow. You get a better picture of Shadow, I think. Cat in a box. Or you guys are just having all kinds of fun, aren't you? There's Kingmaker. Need to create one for Shadows, but I have to look because I'm thinking I'm full at the moment. Okay, so anywho, tonight we're talking about combating writer's block. Those emojis look so cool. Yep, you can get them by becoming a member. Click the join button below the video. What happened there? I didn't see any. Was that a Freelancer's Tale? Is it not working? I'll have to look at that. So anywho, so today we're going to be talking about combating writer's block, and it's something. There we go. There's something that with writer's block, it can be very debilitating. It can slow down progress. In fact, if it gets too bad, you can start making you doubt yourself. Jen says, "This is how I defeat writer's block: being silly, creative, and engaging with awesome community." There you go. Actually, I think that's one of the things I have on my list here. So the first thing that I do is I've made videos about this, is that when I go out on my breaks and I listen to music, every book has a theme song, and I play it. Sometimes I play it on repeat, and then I'll walk for about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. And during that time, I'll envision specific parts of my book that I would like to see if the song was going to be a trailer for the book or like a music video. I know it's a bit dorky, but it has helped me come up with some amazing scenes from my books, because you want to use the most action-packed stuff or some of the most poignant in a music video or a trailer. And so when I think of these sections, I come in and I put them inside the my outline, and so I write them into the book. And those are going to be part of the live action trailers that I plan on creating. I don't know if it'll happen this year, but soon. I would love to do it. So I would love to create live action trailers of all my books. But that's one of the things I do, is every book has a theme song. And sometimes depending on the part of the book, will have a whole song for itself. Like Shadows at Night City, the entire ending was envisioned to the song of Sin City by Meredith Brooks. And I mean, I would love to put that as a live action, the ending part of the book. So a few of you know what I'm talking about because you beta read it. But the whole ending was written to Sin City, and it worked beautifully. Let's see. Let me catch up on chat here. I love engaging with the writing community. We love engaging with you too. I thought Jen was a moderator. No, I think maybe I should make her one though. Take a break and listen to music, as Michael just pointed out. Yes. I barely chatted, and I am number 1. Michael is stepping on making Jen a moderator. Oh my god. Favorite. Okay. Whoops. Add as a moderator. Oh, you know what? I think you have to be we had to do managing moderators, right? So the guys had to do, you got the, okay. No, it just, I don't know. All right, save. Jen's now moderator. Faye writing songs, Neil, Leah, Michael, and Sam. I don't like to listen to music while I'm writing the book. The only song that I had playing when I wrote Kingmaker was "Oh Death" from Supernatural, and that was for a specific character. Otherwise, I have to have it dead silent. I do envision what my books are while I'm out walking around though. And like I said, every book has a theme song. Hey, KDC, how's it going? Arabesque #1 by Debussy. Huh, that's funny because my daughter's name on uh, Discord is Arabesque. Well, that's because they messed up spelling her name. So, I need silence. Yeah, so do I. What song gets you geared up before you write? That's for Sam. Sailing by Christopher Cross is one song. Don't know that one. But yeah, see, there's all kinds of people throwing up all kinds of music that helps them get in the mode. I know there's a lot of people that use lo-fi. They'll set on a lo-fi thing in the background and listen to it. That kind of stuff I don't mind doing while I'm doing schoolwork. It's weird because I have to have it completely quiet while I write my novels, but I don't mind having music in the background while I'm blogging or doing schoolwork. So I don't know why there's such a big difference between the two, but yeah. So that's one thing I do that helps with writer's block is envision things in my book and then write them into the book. What is the crown next to my name? Yeah, KDC's been out for a while. Top fans. We haven't figured out exactly what that's for yet or why we should care. But you guys can compete over who the #1 fan is by the amount of chats. And I think you get a boost if you tip or donate or whatever it's called. The super chats. I think you get a boost for that. But yeah, it's weird. Like if I look at my screen where it says top fans, it shows me that KDC's #1. Actually, 4 of you are technically tied for first because yeah, I'll have 75 experience points. So I don't really know why or how we can utilize that. I keep forgetting to dive into it. So yeah, KDC, that's what that is. The more often you chat, the more points you get. And I think Sam and Neo got up to like 200 plus experience points last one time in chat. So I don't know. Google it, I guess. Let's see, Leia, I really don't like lo-fi, but I understand why it would help others focus. Yeah, I'm still #2. Oh, now you're #3. Nope, #3 now. Anyway, so that's one thing I do is envision what my books would look like in a live action trailer. Yeah, with music. Something else I do, whoop, oh, holy crap. Thank you very much, KDC. You got #1. Thank you for the $5. That's awesome. You didn't have to do that, but it is very much appreciated. Thank you. Take over the #1 spot. Slam! Let's get into a bidding war. No, I'm kidding. Don't be doing that. Something else I do is think cinematically when I'm writing. This goes along the lines with listening to music and thinking of book trailers and what they would look like as a music video. When I write, it's extremely cinematic, which means I envision what it would be if it was a movie. Oh my God, guys. Oh, now we're getting into a bidding war. Thank you very much, Jennifer. Stop spending your money on me. And she took #1. So yeah, you guys can get into a bidding war. And it stays at the top longer the more you put in. You guys. Michael will need to buy more coffee all week. Yeah. That's all right. I can buy her coffee. We have a whole bunch in there. Anywho. So I think I'm a recurring member. Yep, Neo special because she's here she has a membership. So But anyway, I think very cinematically when I write, and I think about what it would look like as a movie. And this also kind of bleeds into the next point of writing light and then fleshing it out. I focus between 70 to 75,000 words when I write a novel. I write light. I don't add in a bunch of details and all that. I just want to get the story out. And after the first draft, then I go back and I add in, I flesh out the scenes and add more details to it. So I write exceptionally light when it comes to writing the first draft, which helps me get done with it a lot quicker. And I'm not too worried about trying to add in way too much or way too little, because I know I'm going to go back and make adjustments and add more meat to it. So for me, that helps quite a bit, because in my mind, I just want to get the story out. I want to get it done, bang. And then I go back and say, let's flesh this out. Chapter 13, Kingmaker, is a great example. I added quite a bit to that one. So there we go. That's but I'm not. It's cool thing is that I'm not the only one that thinks cinematically. Andy Maslin, during his interview, he thinks the same way when he's writing. I've met quite a few people on Threads that think cinematically when they're writing, so it is kind of cool, because I thought I was some kind of weirdo, but apparently it's common practice. Do I see 15? Neil's auctioneering here. That's what I do as well. I think as my story as a movie, it helps me envision the world. Yeah, for me, it helps a lot. Like what would this look like if it was a Netflix original series? And so it's a step above writing like a screenplay, because screenplays are mostly dialogue, and then the director fills in the blanks. It's a little bit beyond that, because I'm not just doing dialogue. I am adding some details that I can think of as I write. I just don't focus on fleshing the world out completely in that first draft. The point of the first draft is just to get it done. And once you hit that point, you are now within the 3% of people who say they'll write a book and actually finish writing one. So, and I think only 1% of the people who say they want to write a book actually publish one. So it's a very, very small minority. But that's my focus is just getting that first draft done. I did too much for my blood. $15 is too rich. Actually, I know how much money you have, so yes, you shouldn't have given me the $10. So yeah, so I write light while thinking cinematically and then flesh it out later. Something else I do is I outline the story. Now, there's a big difference between pantsers and plotters. I'm a plotter. Some people can sit down right by the seat of their pants and just crank out some awesome shit. Stephen King's a good example. I don't think Stephen King plans out hardly anything when he's writing, but there is no right or wrong answer to it. It's just with me, when I outline, I can outline all the scenes that I want to see in the book. That includes all the things I see when I'm walking my trail out back and thinking of the trailers and music videos. But that whole outline helps me get from point A to point B to point C, and then I write to fill in the blanks between those points. And sometimes that does mean that I have to re-outline, because characters will do and say things way beyond what I had planned, which is fine. I don't mind doing that. But like the outline for Kingmaker, nowhere near what it was when it finished. So sometimes I have to go back and change it. But for me, that's just what works. Not everybody can do that, and if you can't, there's nothing wrong with it. There's no right or wrong answer between plotting or pantsing. Or I think the hybrid is plantsing. You can outline as much or as little as possible as you want. I know some authors who will outline a single chapter with just like one line. I will do the entire book from start to finish. It really just depends on what works for you. So, says, I miss the days where I could go deep into my writing and block the world out. I focus on the setting at the time, then put all the other scenes together like a puzzle piece, see what fits. Yeah, that's kind of like I write out of order a lot. I guess I could have put that as a point. For example, I finished the ending of Kingmaker before I even finished chapter one, and it's because I knew how that chapter was going to end. And sometimes I jumped back and forth. Like if I get stuck on a certain spot of a book, um, say like I think I had a problem trying to make chapter six flow right in Kingmaker, and so I wrote chapters like 10, 11, and 12, and then I went back. But it was all progress, so it didn't slow me down. But sometimes I write out of order, mostly not just to help me get ideas and break free from getting stuck, but more of, okay, well, I want to see this scene happen, and so now I have to go back and try to make it all um, jive. And so I write out of order a lot. Um, what doesn't and what I can and can't salvage for the greater good of the project. Let's see, Leah, I was taught the story circle method. If you have ever heard of it, today in my creative writing course, never heard of the story circle method. Neo says it started going downhill when I was 21. My mom passed. I couldn't express that emotion in writing. I've been writing here and there 2 decades later, but it's not the same. I'm sorry to hear that, Neo. Yeah, stuff like that can really derail you. When your mind just isn't in it. KDC with another $10. We are the champions, my friends. We are the champions, my friends. Oh, we should make it. Oh, you know what? I think one of these days I want to make a goal. For $10, I will sing a line from a song that you put up. Anyway, when I tried to focus writing on as a career, the joy of writing took a backseat. Yes, I fully didn't like get behind that. Of course, in my case, it was I became a freelancer first, and then I didn't have the confidence to do more creative stuff until about 5 years ago. And um, even now, I wouldn't say that I'm 100% beaten with imposter syndrome, but I'm not nearly the cringy psycho I was earlier about it. The self doubt was quite strong. Ah, I love that idea. Of course, it has to be songs I know. Let's see. Outline and storage we change anyway. Setting realistic goals is another way that I deal with writer's block. When I talk about realistic goals, I'm talking about goals that you control, that you're capable of handling. Like you don't want to say, I want to write 10,000 words today, even though there's no way physically that you can. So you want to base realistic goals on your past experiences. And one of the things that made me such a successful freelance writer is that when I first started, I would start for 1,000 words a day. And this was after working in the school district, mind you. So, and then my next goal would be 1,001. I just want to beat how fast I was before. Eventually, I got to the point where I was averaging between 6,000 and 8,000 words a day. And that's an awful lot of content. And I covered everything from animals to travel. So I bounced all over the place. It was never boring. But you want to set realistic goals based on your progression. So if you're only able to write 100 words a day, that's good. Tomorrow, try to write 101 and just keep increasing it and relish in those victories, even if it's a small thing, because you surpassed your personal best, and that is worth commending. Let's see, Neo, thank you. I'm working on going back just for me. I had more confidence when I was worried about making money, when I let myself make mistakes and gave myself grace to fix them later. Yeah, you're doing good, Neo. Just we've all had our issues. Like everybody has life issues. Unfortunately, trying to get published is It's next level stress. But I think you can do it. You got this. Miss Masters. Did you get your masters, or are you were still just a bit shy, right? I can't remember. But yeah, setting realistic goals and setting a realistic deadline for your book makes a big difference. That way you're not trying to compete with anybody else, which is another point I want to make. Something else that you can do to combat writer's block is don't strive for perfection. That's what editing is for. Like I said earlier, I write very light. I'm not trying to get the first draft published. Nobody publishes their first draft, so don't worry about it. The whole purpose is just to get the story out of your head. Then you go back and fill in the blanks. Tighten things up, take out some scenes, add some more. But you don't want to try to write to be perfect. Perfect doesn't exist. Once I go to college, I'm going to major in English and might do psychology on the side. Nice. That's what my major is, English. I am an undergrad student, and I'm working for my bachelor's in creative writing, and then I'm going to move on to the master's program, and then after that, I'm going for a PhD. Of course, I'm going to be in my 60s by the time I get it, because I have to go to school part-time. Still, I'm excited. So I'm doing my English is my major, and anthropology, I think, is going to be a second major. I talked to Jennifer about this, and I love the idea of taking all the anthropology classes at CU. Some of the descriptions of them are just right up my alley. I have a bit of an Indiana Jones complex, but some of the courses sound freaking awesome. So I only need one anthropology credit for my degree, but fuck it, I'm gonna take them all. So yeah, I can just think of all of the cool stories that are gonna come out of those anthropology classes. Oh yeah, there's gonna be quite a few books. I forget the time to write them. Let's see. Striving for perfection is the killer of writing dreams not accomplished. Yes. Don't try to be perfect. True, perfect does not exist. Yeah, absolutely. Every author out there can look back at a book that they have published successfully, mind you, bestsellers. Every author will see things that they could do better in their stories, even if it's on the New York Times bestseller list. So perfection does not exist. Don't try to be perfect with it. Um, hell, your first draft doesn't even have to be that coherent, as long as you're able to understand what your story was, and then you go back and fix it. Just get that first draft out. Jennifer Decker, Dr. Jones. Yes. No time for love, Dr. Jones. We need the dog, Indiana. I love that. I have the whole ending to that movie memorized. And I don't do too bad of a Sean Connery. Let's see. Oh, another one thing that you can do for combating writer's block is to do something else that is creative. If you are artsy in any kind of way, draw your character. The whole purpose is to get the creative juices flowing in your head. And I find that for me, writing short stories or even writing out of order seems to help tremendously. You can do writing prompts. You got plot generators. Like the Reedsy plot generator is a lot of fun. I can't wait. Next year, one of my projects is going to be writing an anthology purely from the Reedsy prompt or Reedsy's plot generator tool. And yeah, I've got a lot of plans for next year. But do something else that's creative. Art, paint, draw. What else can we do that's creative? Play with Legos. I'm a big fan of Legos. I am almost 50 years old, and I will still get down and play with a 5-year-old with his Legos. I love Legos. So do something more. Do something that's creative. Minecraft, if you are into digital, on the computer, you got, let's see, I got Minecraft. I play Fallout 4 just for the crafting stuff of it. V Rising is another great one for crafting. Valheim. So I get a lot of creativity going while I'm building stuff in those video games. And you can do stuff in the real world. So anything that's creative is going to be helpful. I love writing prompts. Writing prompts are awesome. I have a list of plot generators. A lot of them double as writing prompts. They're kind of interchangeable. But yeah, if you like those, I've got 7 or 8. More than that, I think. I made a list of generators on the blog. And I might just turn that into a video if I haven't already. But yeah, there's all kinds of, like, I love the Reedsy plot generator. I like going walking. There's a good one. Walking helps me think. Oh, there you go. That's a good one. So when I used to get stuck writing something, I would just get up and walk outside for a bit. Yep, that's what I do. Walking is very beneficial. Physical activity has been proven to improve your memory, mood, cognitive reasoning, and how you process information. So exercise of any kind, walking is a good, easy one that you can do. I walk quite a bit when I'm actually writing. That's when I listen to my music. So I'm walking while listening. So we're getting both things going. So yeah, that's a good one, Katie C. This may not help with weight loss, but I'll bake a cake when I have writer's block. Well, that's creative. I'll take to myself and pretend I'm cooking on a cooking show, talk to myself and pretend I'm on a cooking show and walk through the ingredients as I go. That's actually kind of fun, Neo. I don't know if I could do that. I would think my adaptation would be I'm Gordon fucking Ramsay. So, oh yeah. Oh, I have done what's her name? Oh, it's been so long. But I used to speak like her when I was cooking and seasoning stuff. Robin Williams did it once. But I can't remember. Julia Childs, maybe? Oh, you know what? I think that's it. I think it's Julia Childs. But yeah, that is fun. That is, yeah. And, yep. Yep. I did her voice very well when I was younger. I used to do it when I was I baked cakes for competitions. One of my favorites was the tiger face that I made for 5th grade. My pool table was amazing, and it didn't even place in the top 4, so I was pretty pissed. But my pool table was awesome. I did try doing Stargate last year, and it came out okay, but not nearly as cool as I thought it was going to. I should put more effort into it. But yeah, baking and decorating cakes, that is completely creative. But I love Neo's idea with pretending you're on a cooking show. But yeah, I would have to go with Gordon fucking Ramsay. Where's the lamb sauce? What's another good one? Let's see. Flash. Oh, here we go. This kind of goes along the lines with writing prompts and prompt generators. Flash fiction. Flash fiction is usually about between 1,000 and 3,000 words. For me, 1,000 words is about an hour's worth of writing, and using writing prompts and plot generators to write something really fast can kickstart your creativity. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to do the anthology. I'll probably do the anthology probably on Wattpad, either Wattpad or Inkit. And I'm going to be looking for more so that I can do more blog posts and videos on reviews and stuff. So, tentatively, I'd say Wattpad. And that's only because I know Wattpad the best, and it's just quick and easy for me. So, but these will all be free books that you guys can get. But flash fiction, writing prompts, and plot generators. Great way to get the creative juices going. Leia says, I remember being on Wattpad when I was younger. Yep, me too. I'm still on Wattpad. I haven't really done much with my Wattpad in a long time, so I would like to get things going again. I want to finish 7. The 2 short stories that I have on Wattpad, I want to flesh out and rewrite because that was like 2016, and I've tightened up my writing a lot since then. So it's kind of cringy. If you go back and read my Wattpad stuff, keep that in mind. I'm much better today. Oh yeah, I learned a lot since then. So, but I'm on Wattpad. I'm also on Inkit, and I'm going to find a couple more, and we're going to be entering some writing contests next year. So I'm trying to figure out a way how we can do that as a community for the YouTube channel. Like everybody share their stuff on the community tab or something. I'm still trying to figure out how that would work, because if I open up links to everybody, that means we can get spammed to hell and gone, and I'd rather not that happen. So I might set up a spreadsheet or something that we can access where everybody can add their links to their Wattpads or Inkit accounts, and we can share stories, and we can do some challenges on our own. So I'm still trying to figure out how that will work. So that'll be fun. I would love to do that soon. But yeah, writing prompts. Awesome. Okay, so here's a good one. Looking for inspiration. Looking for creative inspiration. We all have people who inspire us to do better. And for me, it was Stephen King. Obviously, I'm a big Stephen King fan. But not just because of him being prolific horror author, but also because of his life story. And I love when celebrities have they go through a rough patch, and they show that what happens when you dedicate yourself. Stephen King. Another one for me is Robert Downey Jr. I get inspired by Ryan Reynolds, especially when I start thinking about my age. I am only a month older than Ryan Reynolds, and he's Deadpool. So if he can be Deadpool and Hugh Jackman can be Wolverine in his 50s, what's slowing me down? This right here. So I get inspiration a lot, especially from celebrities who do have, I wouldn't necessarily call it dark backstories, but a bit of a rough origin story, I should say. So look for writing inspiration. One of these days, maybe I'll inspire somebody to do something great. That's my strive to. Of course, I'm not exactly the most professional person on the planet. I am a successful freelancer, but I still have a long way to go before I'm a successful author. The thing is, though, is that I am also constantly learning and improving myself. So that's all we can do. But yeah, look for writing inspiration. That can be quite helpful. Here's something that we talked about earlier: was taking regular breaks. I know sounds counterproductive to take breaks while you're writing, but when you step away, especially before you get to that spot where you get stuck, if you can do that beforehand, take a break, breathe, and just relax. Don't take your phone out and scroll on social media. For me, it's listening to music, or take a break, just sit back, relax in the silence. Taking a break relaxes your mind, and as a writer, your brain is your most important organ. Every career has one, like at football stars. Depending on who you are, quarterback is going to rely on his shoulder and arm from not giving it out. Same with the pitcher. For us, it's our brain, and we can burn out our brain just like they can burn out, like a pitcher can burn out his arm. So take regular breaks to help relax. When you step away from something, there's a good chance that you'll find ways to get out of where you're being stuck at. I had a perfect metaphor recently. Can't think of it though. Yeah, should have taken a break. I probably remember it. But yeah. Leia says, you might be someone's inspiration one day. I can see it. I try to be. Um, I've gained a lot of subscribers in the very beginning because I was so successful at Text Broker, and I was essentially the go-to source for like the longest time. Even the blog. The blog still gets traffic for Text Broker content, so um, I'm not so much the go-to source for Text Broker because I haven't done it since 2018. A lot has changed. I moved on. Content mills are just not my thing anymore, and that doesn't mean they suck. It just means that I grew. That's what happens. You grow beyond what something is to pursue something better. And I went from content mills to private clients. I make more money that way, and I still have a special place in my heart for those content mills because without them, I wouldn't be where I am today. But I did grow. And so you have to keep yourself growing. And this was about inspiring other people. I inspired quite a few, actually. In the very beginning of the YouTube channel, I used to get comments all the time. Especially there, one that stuck out was one guy told me that I essentially saved his household by teaching him how to do what I do for a living, and he was able to bring in enough money and prevent them from getting kicked out of their apartment. And that was, I still geek out about that, and that was like what, 6 years ago. Um, I like being able to help people, and so when I get compliments like that, it makes the whole process worthwhile. That's why I ran my YouTube channel for so long without getting monetized, because in the grand scheme of things back then, I didn't really care about money. I just wanted to help. So I don't know. I might be able to inspire people to write books and stuff, but that was a bit of a tangent. Sorry about that. And the last thing that's on my list is for beating writer's block. How about speaker's block? Is eliminating distractions. Now, distractions are they're going to be different for everybody. Like some people are distracted by music and sound. Like when I write my books, it has to be dead quiet, except for that specific part written for that specific character. But when I go outside, I listen to music. But I have to have it quiet while I'm writing my novel. I can crank up the tunes when I'm blogging, though. So I don't know why there's such a big difference. Animals are one of my biggest distractions. Like there's times where I'll get to write for about 12 minutes before the dog has to go outside. I'm like, we just came in. But I know I'd rather take her out and than to see her potty on the floor. So, but yeah, because I keep track of everything I do on a spreadsheet, and so it's funny because it's almost like, oh, she's upstairs now. It's almost like she knows that I'm working, so she comes right up, put your face here. It's time to go outside. So some distractions you can't really do much about, but that's not necessarily a writer's block thing, though. That's more of um, a distraction that takes away from actually writing. So, anywho, what else does everybody have for overcoming writer's block? What other ideas we have? KBC brought up walking, which is a great one. See, I just wrote down taking regular breaks. For me, it's I could be sitting on the couch for a few minutes just to take a breath. Walking is a good one though. Neo pretends that she is Julia Childs while baking cakes, which is awesome. I still think that's great. I bet your kid loves it too. For me, it would be listening to music. Well, there you go. Yeah, if that's what works for you, that's what works for you. That, like I said before at the very beginning, there is no right or wrong answer. It all just depends on what works for you. For me, it's quiet. for you it's music. I know a lot of people on Threads. A lot of authors have way more books than I do that are published um, that listen to music all day while they write. So let's see. Samantha says Michael walks and thinks about his books a lot. Yes, I do. I'm constantly thinking about my books. Oh, somebody's sending memes. Let's see. Big concepts of a source board by seen it. Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna have to save that one so I can post it on. Oh, I don't know how to save it. Okay, you guys are gonna have to show me how to save stuff from my chat. I don't use phones, so but I would love to put that meme on the community tab. So appropriate memes. Yeah. Um are you saying that appropriate memes are helping you get past writer's block? Yes, if it works, it works. There's like I said, there's no right or wrong answer. It's whatever works for you. So for me, it's walking and listening to my music. That is thinking about scenes for my book. That is probably the most prolific one that I have that I use on a regular basis, while thinking cinematically about it. And I write light to flesh that out. Those are the top three, I think. Probably why I never struggle with writer's block. It's because I spent 12 years developing a list of stuff that keeps me going. So don't compete. Well, we're not in competition. Oh, I didn't write that one down, but that's in a blog post I was writing. Okay, that's why I forgot. I'm writing a blog post about self-doubt. That'll be, I don't know if it'll be out on Wednesday or Friday, but one of the things was don't compete with other people. Every writer is different. We all have our different processes, and just because one person can write 2,000 words of a day doesn't mean you have to. Um, it all comes down to what you have time for and what you're capable of doing. Coming up or what? Come on. Oh my God, Shadow. Are you coming up or not? You're such a pain in the ass. Yeah, you. Are we good? Does anybody have any ideas? Any more things we can add to this little thing of writer's block? We've been having a good conversation, and all of a sudden everybody's like, er. Shadow was late. She was here earlier today, at the very beginning. I think she might have got down before you came in. I don't remember. Shadow's never late. Well, I can't say that. There's been a few times where she comes strolling in half asleep, because when she hears me talking or sees these lights go on, she knows it's showtime, and so she has to get in my lap. So that's why she's in almost every video, every live stream, and she has messed up my content so much. I'll be recording a video, and she'll tap the mic, the mute button, which is right here on the mic. And there was one time I recorded like a half hour worth of video, didn't realize it. I move the mic, I load up Adobe Premiere, load in the video, get ready to edit, and there's no sound. Like, oh God damn it! I look over at the microphone, it's red, it's muted. Thanks. So I have to record that all over again, and it's never, your second run of a video is never as nice as the first. So I couldn't remember all the cool things I added because I ad-libbed a lot of it. Like, damn it. Oh well. I love your cat. Yep, everybody loves. I have subscribers that told me in the chat or in the comments, subscribed because of Kitty. Oh, you're a celebrity, which is why you have your own emoji. And as soon as I get some time, Shadow is going to have her own line of merchandise on Fourth Wall. If you guys can see it, the Fourth Wall store is right below the video. I don't know if it's on live videos, but I know that on regular videos, I have a shelf of stuff that I've designed so far. I think I've only got like 5 or 6 things up there already. But Shadow is going to have her own line of merch. Huh. I just need to find some decent pictures of her. It's the Shadow Show. Yeah, I'm her co-host. That's actually interesting. I don't think I could do 9 pets. Oh, I have 9. Yeah, I've got 7 cats, a lizard, and a dog. Guess how many of them I was only supposed to have? I only wanted 2. Mama cat died. She passed away last year, but I still have Max. Max is my cat. Everybody else is just either found under a bench at a park. My daughter bought banana bread, but can't take her with her, so now banana bread's mine. Or I guess ours, I should say, the household. Um, the bearded dragon was homeless because the teacher was moving across country, and so the girls wanted him. Nobody takes care of him but us. So Jen and I. Well, that's not true. Anka does clean out his cage once in a while, so. But like Savi, he was supposed to go to the Den Friends Day. He never made it. Maynard was supposed to go. He didn't make it. He got close. We got halfway to the car before Jen wanted to keep him. So, yep. Out of 9, there's only 2 that I wanted. But they're all family. So he needs a home. He's homeless too. Yeah. Yeah, they try to convince me to get another dog. I'm like, no, I've got 2,400 square feet and we filled it. So if you wanted another dog, you need to get me a bigger house. So not gonna happen. Especially nowadays. Okay, is that all we got for Writer's Block? I hope I gave you guys some good ideas. Out of all of these, I think oh, you know what? It's really hard to say which ones are my favorite because like I often every day when I'm walking, I'll think of parts of my book while I'm walking. So, and I think cinematically all the time anyway. But outlining, I set realistic goals. I never strive for perfection. So there's like a lot of these. It's really hard to say which one my favorite and most effective is. But I have to say the first 3 are probably the most prolific in what I do. So like the music videos and trailers that are in my head, thinking cinematically when I write out scenes and dialogue, and um, not trying to add too much meat to the first draft because that's what editing's for. So I loved your ideas. Well, thank you very much, Leah. I hope they help somebody. People buy homes these days. Not at the moment. So yeah, I bought my house in 2020, right before everything started skyrocketing. So just living here in 5 years, my house has already almost doubled in value. We're just waiting for that pop. So, okay, my phone is at 5%. I want to say goodnight, everyone. The guys, good night, Sam. You have room. There's upstairs and downstairs. Optimize the space for more pets. Plus, taking a break and spending time with pets helps with writer's block. Not that many. No, don't encourage it. What the hell are you doing? Yeah, don't. No, we're not doing this. Quit encouraging each other. I'm not getting any more. Too many as it is. Get rid of a person, you can have a dog. I don't care who. Mm. Here we go. How about I leave and you guys are gonna get a dog? Less than 30 pets is fine for your space. If I was running a kennel, I'm not gonna know. Never too many. Oh yeah, there is. On it. Get rid of me. I'll take your apartment. You can keep the house. I'll take Shadow with me. There you go. You guys have plenty of room. I don't know, should I take Shadow or Max? I'll take them both. Oh, and then there's Cloak. I'd have to take half the animals with me. Put those pets to work so you can afford a bigger house. Yeah. Huh. I think we can probably make you some merch. You'd probably sell out. So I gotta see if I can get some good pictures of Shadow so I can make some cool Shadow merch. The Shadow Collection. I give it till February at the latest. There will be another pet, if not two. Shot it. Don't curse me like that. Alrighty. I guess we can read our card. Daily affirmation. Last week's daily affirmation, I can't remember if I got this on the community tab or not, was I finally found the time to write. Now I will relish the fact that this time I've set aside is intentional and reflect on how important writing is to my happiness and fulfillment. I wish I would have, I don't think I put this on the tab, but this is a good one because writing is I'm happiest at my keyboard. If I could just write all day, I would. Well, yeah, because I did. Now that I'm no longer a writer for half my clients, I'm getting burned out. I want to go back to, I'm happiest at when I'm writing. And it's very therapeutic for me. So, anyway. Okay, this week's daily affirmation is, put the cards away. Excuse me. Nope, you didn't. That's confirmation was almost 14 days ago. Oh, man, that was a good one, too. All right. Okay, this week's daily affirmation is Line furry employee shadows the business owner. Nice. Good affirmation. Yeah, I liked it. So, okay, this week's daily affirmation is ready. Within my daily sense of gratitude, I find inspiration to do better and become better. A grateful heart is the fertile soul from which great ideas bloom. That's kind of poetic. Yeah, I'm always striving to be better. I'm always in a constant state of self-improvement in many ways nowadays. So yeah, daily sense of gratitude. I find inspiration to do better and become better. Not everybody gets to do what I do for a living, and I essentially found I position myself in a way to where I get to do what I love for a living, and well, for the most part, and not everybody does. So I'm very grateful that I've been given the opportunity to do what I do. Like I love maintaining the blogs. I love maintaining the YouTube channel. I'm getting ready to publish my second fictional book. That'll be my third, technically, because I have a Freelancer's Tale and Kingmaker, and then Shadows of Atlantic City should be coming out very soon. So I'm very grateful that I'm in the position I'm in, and I'm constantly trying to become better in all ways. So give us a 2-for-1 affirmation this week. So you want 2 of them? Let's see, next. How about we'll do that next week because I will be in Bangor, Maine. So just to give you guys a heads up, I'm going to be gone. I'll be in Maine on the 17th through the 20th. I might not be back in time for the show. If that happens, then we just won't have a show on Monday, obviously. But if I do get back in time, then what we'll do on Monday is probably just a slideshow of the cool things I did in Maine. I'm going to do the Stephen King tour, and I want to take all kinds of pictures. So with my new camera. So I may or may not be here on the 20th. I am working on getting more authors on for interviews. I've got quite a few people that were interested, and I need to reach out to a bunch of them that were on or that were at Read Between the Stars over the weekend. So hopefully we can get more interviews coming on before the end of the year. But yeah, I'll be gone on the 20th, hopefully. Take a break if we want you rested to give us the details about the trip. Yep, I'm looking forward to it, Neil. I'm gonna try to get some stuff scheduled while I'm gone, like a Friday blog post, hopefully a Friday video, I would like to get more stuff done before I leave, but at the very earliest, we might leave on the 16th after school, which would be awesome, and be back on the 20th. So, but until then, have a great week, everybody. Don't forget, Sam and I will be on Crossing Colorado's YouTube channel tomorrow for the podcast. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can always reach out to me on social media, on Threads, Instagram. I'm pretty good about. Obviously, YouTube. I'm rarely ever on Twitter and Facebook anymore, but I do have those accounts. So if that's your thing, you could try to reach out to me. Facebook lets me know I have messages 4 days later. So probably easier to get a hold of me through Threads, Instagram, or YouTube. Facebook. Yay. I remember when Facebook was so much better. You know? Now it's just, yeah, Facebook and Twitter just kind of turned into dumpster fires almost overnight. Don't forget to interview Jen's giraffe, their perspective about Saturday. Oh, Acadia National Park. Is that in Maine? I've never been to Maine, so it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun. I have never been further east than Arkansas, so yeah, I've never seen the Atlantic Ocean. This will be new. This will be first. Yes, we're going. Awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. You know what else I'm looking forward to? Sleeping. I ain't getting up. I'm turning off all my alarms throughout my entire vacation. And my therapist is telling me I need to leave my laptop home so I can't even work. No working vacation. This is an actual vacation. So I'm leaving everything here. I have to take my phone, obviously, but yeah, I'm turning off all my alarms and telling everybody to eat a dick. No, I don't care. Nina and I thought about going there, but we went to Smoky Mountains instead because it was closer. Awesome. Stay up late with no alarms. Yeah. Nope. That's it. Sleeping in. Sleep. I missed sleep. Anyway. Oh. I think that's it. Don't forget that both my books are on Amazon at the moment. I did fix my Barnes & Noble account, but I just haven't added anything to it yet. Because, yeah. Because I haven't. But if there's any video ideas that you'd like for me to do, or any topics you'd like me to cover, feel free to leave a comment on this video or anything else I create. So, have a good one, everybody, and I will see you next time. And thank you guys for your tips. And I don't know, what is it called on your super chats? Even see on YouTube, he tells me I made $25 in chat revenue. Thank you guys. You don't have to do that, so it's appreciated. Hope you guys enjoy the trip. Take lots of pictures of the park. We'll see. Yep, will do.